Hello and welcome to the Transverse Line, where we make contact with people on and off the court through Victoria's Premier Netball competition. My name's Angela Banbury. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode. We're back here at the State Netball Centre. It's round 6 of the VNL and we've got 5 of the 6 matches here today. So we'll grab some players, coaches, umpires, bench officials, whoever it may be, to have a chat and hear about their netball journey. So join us for the Transverse Line and let's have a little bit of fun through netball. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I'm Angela Banbury. I'm joined by Nicole O'Hare. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us. So we're going to have a little bit of chat about being a bench official.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us what that involves?
So it involves timing and scoring matches.
Yep.
So at a grassroots level, it's usually just scoring on an iPad or on a score sheet, and they're centrally timed. But once you move up the ranks and you go to something like VNL or above, then you're doing a lot more. So you're coordinating with the umpires, making sure they know when to go on court, 30 seconds and 10 seconds and things like that. You're sometimes pressing the siren if the siren's not audible itself, so you've got to keep very good concentration. You're scoring, also doing rolling subs at VNL level and above, and keeping track of the time and the scores.
So there's a lot that goes on with being a bench official.
Yep.
How many people will sit at the bench for a VNL game?
So 3 now. So we've got the main scorer who's on the iPad, then the timer who's doing the scoreboard score, as well as keeping track of the time, holding the time if the umpires hold time during the game because the ball rolls away or they want to speak to a player. And then the last person's doing the rolling subs, so they also have an iPad, and they're just keeping an eye on the sub boxes, and as players roll on, they're just changing the players' positions on court.
So the team officials will come to the bench and hand over the little bit of paper?
No,
okay,
that's gone
now.
Right. Yeah, so now we just are looking at the dresses. So they've all got their number on their dress.
Yeah.
So we're just looking across, going, okay, number 11's about to go on. They've got a goal attack bib on. So I'll press goal attack on the iPad, and as soon as they touch hands with the player, I'll hit their name.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we do it all with the numbers now.
Saving paper as well.
Absolutely.
Good for the environment. I like that.
Other than in quarter breaks. So at the end of the quarter,
yeah.
because the coaches may change 5 players.
Of course.
So that's when they do bring a sheet up to us.
That makes sense. Now, what's your role? Because it's a little bit different, obviously. Your role game day here at VNL.
Yeah, so I'm a bench manager, so my role is to make sure everyone's doing their job properly. So my role is just to keep an eye that they're putting the score on the right side. The timing person also calls the score so that the scorer knows which player's shooting the goal, and also whether it goes in or out, because we do misses as well. So my role is just to make sure everyone's doing their job and just to keep an eye, and especially training new people. So if we've got brand new people scoring, then we support them and make sure that they are not overwhelmed by what they've got to do, and that they know someone's there to help them.
Of course, it can get a bit hectic because
it can get a bit hectic.
Down to 10 seconds on the clock, there's a goal being scored, it's all happening.
Or the siren's gone and there's a goal being scored.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And timing is probably one of the hardest ones in that respect for a new person, especially if it's a parent, because they're watching the game.
Of course.
And they've got to be watching the umpire as well, because you've got to hold that time if it's a draw. Like one team could have got an advantage by you not holding time for 5 seconds. So you've got to be paying attention not only to the play but the umpires as well.
So talk us through the pathway. There is a pathway for bench officials.
Yeah.
How do you become a bench official or a scorer? What's the pathway?
So most people start doing it on a Saturday or at social netball for their kid or their own team.
Yep.
And then if they're really interested, there's an online course that Netball Australia run with their coaches courses and things like that. So you just complete the online course. Then you just register your name with either Netball Vic or a VNL club and just say you're really interested in coming in and doing it. They're always looking for people because most people don't want to come and sit in the stressful seats, but
it's the best seat in the house.
Absolutely.
We talk about that. Okay.
I love it.
So VNL, what happens next? If you're good enough, if you enjoy it, where can it lead you to?
So once we will assess people through the season, and if we think they're good enough and that it's more about staying calm and being able to fix errors really quickly, because people will make errors. Human error will happen. So we will assess them. So you get, if you do your online course, you get foundation. It's same as the coaching accreditation. Okay. So you'll get accredited to the next level. once you're accredited to that, then you'll get invited to things like nationals, and the next level up would then be doing the ANC or now SN reserves if they're in Melbourne. We provide all the bench officials, and that's part of the progress. So then you're trained on the other equipment, and once you keep moving up, you'll get trained on the SSN equipment, and you have to be at elite to do SSN.
Okay.
No, the one advanced to do SSN, and then you can't get accredited to elite till you've been doing SSN.
Wow.
And then high performance after 2 years. Once you're a high performance bench official, you can do diamonds.
Wow. So
Yeah,
there's a clear pathway.
Absolute clear pathway.
So you can get yourself to the Lacombe Games, the World Cup,
Absolutely. Yep.
all starting on a Saturday.
Absolutely scoring.
Scoring either your child's game
Yep.
or your friend's game.
Yep.
Come to VNL, get a little bit of side money.
Yeah, tiny little, like,
A little
enough
bit
to
of
cover
side
your
money.
petrol.
That's enough. That's enough. That
Yeah.
might just get someone in. And then obviously, as we said, best seat in the house, and you can
Yep.
be watching the Vixens, the Mavericks, and
Absolutely.
ultimately the Diamonds.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, and I even get to go to Tassie to do the diamonds
Of course.
because they don't have a lot of bench officials accredited at that level. So, yeah, that opens you up, and I am hoping to do World Cup.
Fingers crossed. So Sydney?
Sydney, because you have to be at that level. So not every state has their own pool of bench officials for SSN and diamonds, but not everyone's at the high performance level. So they'll try and take only high performance to the World Cup.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that I'll get taken to Sydney for that.
And we've got a few at that level.
Yes.
In Victoria,
Yes,
we've done quite well.
We've got 4 at the moment, just accrediting a couple more this year.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it. Before we go, we're going to give you a little gift, thanks to Energetic, our sponsor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicole. But amazing story in terms of what you can achieve and where you can go
Absolutely.
as a part of being a
Yep.
bench official. So
Yeah.
don't have to coach, don't have to umpire, you get a seat.
Yep, and you get best seat in the house at a Vixens game.
Perfect.
I did the Vixens Giants draw semi-final.
Oh, yes.
That was fun.
Yeah. And good for the blood pressure.
Yeah, great for the blood pressure. So yeah, it's definitely a pathway, and it's, once you're in it and you love it, you can progress quite well.
Nice one. Again,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us,
No
Nicole.
worries at all.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
the Transverse Line.
Thanks.
Hello, it's Kim Borgia here, and I have the lovely Kim Bailey. I have the pleasure of interviewing my head coach. So Kimbo, tell me, how did you get into coaching?
How did I get into coaching? Well, I started off coaching under 10s on a Saturday morning when I was 18. Didn't work out very well when you're an 18-year-old and fronting up on Saturday morning, so I went into hiatus for a little bit. But when I couldn't play like I wanted to play anymore, I decided I'm going to go into coaching, and that's when I thought, yeah, I'd actually love this, and kept going.
Lovely. A couple of rough early mornings, I'm assuming then? Saturday morning,
Yes.
as an
Yes.
18-year-old. Now tell me, what was your first coaching gig in VNL?
My first coaching gig in VNL was for ACU Sovereigns, who are no longer in existence. I went for an assistant role for the Div 1 team and ended up being the head coach of Div 1. So bit of a surprise, bit of a baptism of fire, but most probably the best thing thrown into the deep end. And I was coaching with Tash Chocolate then, so that was a really great
I
experience.
think we had a little bit of crossover. I think I did a little bit of Sovs in the back end before they dissolved, unfortunately, but I don't think I had you then.
No, I was there, but I think
Joey
you might have
Curran?
had Joey Curran.
Yeah, what a name.
She was unbelievable and taught me so much.
Yeah, she was a good coach. I actually really enjoyed her. Now tell me, what do you do outside of VNL?
Netball,
Netball is life.
pretty much. Head coach of Sunbury Lions. So coached the A grade team there and the under 19s, and also was sucked into coaching the under 17s on a Sunday as well. So Saturday and Sunday
Oh, Kimbo.
for the mighty Sunbury Lions. But otherwise, what I do, we water ski in summer virtually.
Actually, you're so good at that. You have to give me some lessons.
okay. We can do that.
Now, who has been, because I feel like you've coached some amazing players over the years, who has been one of your favourite players to coach?
Oh, you of course.
You can't say me. Someone different.
Yeah, I've had some really amazing players. I'm trying to think. The Sovereigns team, when we made it to finals, there were some awesome players in that. A young lady who played for Sovs as a goal attack, Chloe. She actually won the MVP. I can't even remember Chloe's last name. That's awful now. Chloe Wilson, that's correct.
Yep.
Was an amazing player and really underrated. Ended up winning MVP for Div 1 and won, I think, the hot shots as well. So she was a great player who she could have gone further. But, you know, it has to be you, Kim. It has to be.
I'll pay you later, Kimbo. No, I just got a little goodie bag from Energetic to say thank you very much
awesome.
for
Thank you.
a little interview. Thanks.
Thank you for helping us win tonight.
Woo! Go Waz. Woo!
Thanks to DHM Talent Management, we'll run through the scores of round 6 of the VNL, and we'll start with the 23s, with Hawks Netball taking on the Geelong Cougars. The Cougars getting the win 51 to Hawks Netball 49. Bendigo Strikers too good for the Wilson Storage Southern Saints 61 to 56. Western Warriors defeated the Gippsland Stars 56 to 39. Burundara Express went down to the City West Falcons 58 to 46. And Northeast Blaze remain undefeated 52, defeating Melbourne University Lightning 40. In the Championship Division, Hawks Netball got the win over Geelong Cougars 61 to 44. Wilson Storage Southern Saints not good enough for the Bendigo Strikers 41 to 56. Western Warriors defeated the Gippsland Stars by 10 goals 51 to 41. City West Falcons remain undefeated against Burundara Express 72 to 56. And Northeast Blaze easily accounted for Melbourne University Lightning 71 to 48. One game remains for the round. It's Peninsula Waves taking on their neighbour, the Casey Demons, and that completes round 6 of the VNL scores thanks to DHM Talent Management. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode of The Transverse Line. A big thank you to our sponsors, Energetic and DHM Talent Management, and to our special guests, bench official Nicole O'Hare, who has the best seat in the house, along with the two Kims from Western Warriors, Kim Borgia and Kim Bailey. After an Easter break, I hope you can all get back to the netball courts and have a little bit of fun through netball.